Hi, I'm Will Sayre from MovieWeb. It's great to be chatting with you, Maria. How are you?
I will. I'm super excited. Oh my God. Now it's like 2 days from now. I can't believe it. It's been more than a year since we started this stream. So it's finally coming true. And thank you so much for your support.
Oh, of course. Yeah, and congratulations. Yeah, it must be crazy for you. It's finally happening. Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna see it. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I've spoken to Johnny and Josh, and yeah, I loved your performance as Josie.
Mm.
So yeah, I can't wait for everyone to see it. And you've starred in so many, international projects and this latest one being, an English language feature film. Were you excited that this one your latest gig was an action thriller in particular versus some other genre, or were you kind of hoping it would be a rom-com or something like that? Or maybe not.
No, I mean, I think it was good enough that it took me out of my comfort zone, and I'm always looking for that
Right.
because if not, what's this career about? If you're gonna feel comfortable and feel like you're kind of doing the same thing every day. And I'm so used to rom-com because of my work in Latin America that I wanted to do something different. Even though Josie Josefina does bring the that flavor to the story, right? Because she's not involved so much in the action or the stunts. She actually brings the human connection side to the story, which I feel is so soulful. I think it adds so much, at least for me as an audience, which I'm not that used to watch action movies, but when there's that component of connection, and that is a big part of the narrative and the reason why this character makes all of the decisions, et cetera, then it does add flavor and soul to it to me. So being able to bring that I enjoy as an audience with my character and with the relationship with Michael's character and Josh's character, it's amazing. So it's a little of what I already know, but it's also within the realms of something that I haven't been exposed to that much. Even though I love action, I love playing action myself. I haven't been in an action movie ever. So it was so cool to see, the way that it was directed. It's just a different kind of just language in general. Apart from, I mean, let alone having to understand the English language because this is my first English movie ever. And even in Spanish, I struggled with all the all the cinema slang words, and in English I couldn't understand which role was what, like all the crew and the call sheet and everything was so confusing. But then also kind of like the frequency of being in the middle of an action movie and how disciplined and just how military everyone is. And I'm not going to criticize Latinos, but we all know uh, Americans do it in such a sharp, disciplined, professional way that was also an important thing for me to learn and to bring back home, you know?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you nailed it. So, and I love your scenes with Josh. I'm a big fan of his as well, and I spoke to him, and I was curious if you were, familiar with his work before joining the project, if there was a particular movie or TV show or a role of his that you've always sort of liked, or one that you recently discovered, or anything like that.
I mean, it's interesting because I had seen him obviously in Transformers. I had seen the movie that he wrote and directed. What's the name? It's about like this, like these games, these college games that they get together after being a part of this, uh, how do you call it? Fraternity. Oh my God, I forget the name, but it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
his movie. It's a comedy. So I kind of got to see who he was through what he wrote and
Oh
directed.
yeah, Buddy Games.
Buddy games,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember
Exactly.
this one. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so funny. And then, but I was also curious, like obviously when I'm a nerd about these things, and especially, I mean, obviously in every project, but this particular project, I was like very excited about finding out who I was working with. So of course I saw a lot of Johnny's movies, and I was so like in shock that his last movies were Al Pacino, Nicolas
Right.
Cage, John Travolta. I was like, wow. And you saw me, that was just insane. But also I checked a bunch of interviews of Josh and Greg Kinnear, who I also had a couple
Oh yeah,
scenes with,
yeah.
just to kind of see what they were about. And then I realized that Josh is kind of exactly how he did the whole Buddy Games experience,
Right.
because it's just so much fun. He's just, so humble, like zero ego. He's just funny like that. It's super like just a simple, beautiful human being, like down to earth, like
Yeah.
no one. Because in Latin America, sometimes we all believe we're novela stars and we just levitate. And I would expect Hollywood to be, if anything, even more intense. And everyone was just so sweet. It was just my biggest surprise. Greg Kinnear also was such a joy, such a delight. Everybody was just so generous on set and so funny behind the scenes that the chemistry was immediate. Like it was just I could be myself, and sometimes I'm a lot. I'm a little intense. I'm a little Latina, and I'm like, hmm. And then they made Josie Latina last minute, so I was like, oh, then I need to be connected with my Latino intensity a lot. So hopefully people will understand my vibe. And it was just like this. It just fit perfectly. The chemistry was all over with Michael, with Josh, with Greg, and of course working on set with Johnny after a year of dreaming together and him supporting me, even though a lot of actors were changed and he was just fighting for me and making this whole thing after a year. Everybody was just so excited. I think it was a dream come true for all of us. So the excitement was just there, and the passion and the respect and professionalism. It was just the dream was not just shooting it, it was how I experienced it as a human being.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Is there another, Hollywood actor you have your eye on who you'd love to, co-star with for your next project, or maybe something's already in the works that you're, looking forward to?
Well, I mean, I love Edward Norton. I love Natalie Portman. I love Monica Bellucci. I mean, I'm excited. There's nothing right now coming up like that's already signed apart from, and I don't even know if I should be talking about this, but I have a character that's already part of Call of Duty, the video game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then, I mean, sometimes even I saw Josh's character in Call of Duty. He
Oh
also has
yes.
this
Oh yeah. And
cool
I've yeah,
character.
I've played that game. Yeah, yeah.
And so we discussed that too, that we had both been part of this crazy futuristic video game world. And that is something that's going to continue to happen. So that I'm very excited about. And you know what? Sometimes you run into superstars in video games. Nowadays,
Yeah.
all these cinematic scenes that are done and the characters that are so real and just like realistic,
Yeah.
they're kind of, I mean, a lot of really well known and respected actors end in this game. So hopefully I'll run into some star that I really admire. And
Yeah.
obviously I'm hoping that this will put me on the map as a working actor in the United States, because I do feel like sometimes productions, just in general, they won't give you an opportunity if you haven't done something. Even though I've done a lot of Hispanic stuff and the video game, it does feel like a major step once you become part of this super tiny percentage of working actors in the United States. So hopefully
Right.
this will give me some sort of extra attention when it comes to auditioning. I'm auditioning like crazy, and I am hoping to continue to do projects as prestigious as Off the Grid. That's definitely my dream. And I'm saying no to a lot of things in order to open the doors and be patient enough to find them.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I think,
I'm driven
yeah, yeah, of course.
and motivated,
Yeah, that's
obviously.
a good way to be, and I'll be praying for you. And yeah, that's great. And I forgot about the Call of Duty connection. That's so great.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
lot
that
of
was
fun.
crazy. It was like, oh my God, we're both not just in the video game industry, but the same video game. Like,
Yeah, right.
that was
Yeah,
insane.
very cool.
Maybe they'll make our characters meet at some point too. That would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
really
you never
cool.
know. Well,
Exactly.
cool. Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, that's all the time I have, but it was very nice chatting with you, Maria, and congratulations again.
Thank you so much. And thanks for the support and the time that
Oh,
you just gave
oh, of
me.
course. All right, nice to meet you.
Bye.